comparison video. Green Thorn small Sebenza and genuine Chris Reeves small Sebenza 31. So here we got the genuine Chris Reeve. Let's see if there's anything. You can see it's the Magna Cut, drop point, sandblasted, right-handed. Got all the info in there. Comes with the fluorinated grease and some Loctite for screws, nuts and bolts. Oh, that's the packaging you get it in, then you get it in a little cloth, a little cleaning cloth, which is nice. This is a $425 knife. Put the little lanyard on there, and smooth action, like people say. Glassy, hydraulic, have all sorts of different descriptors for it, but overall it is a great knife. And you can even kind of see the hand touch there, that it is titanium integral lock, and they custom fit each blade to each set of scales. So it does have a bit of friction opening up, which these aren't really flickers, as I'd say. Let's see, set that down, and right here, this is what the Green Thorn comes in. Just a little pouch. Came in a plastic bag. I did an unboxing earlier, but I wanted to do a little side by side. This is more trying to recreate the glass blasted, which is kind of their famous signature. It's a very soft feel, whereas the sand blasted has a bit more of a grippy texture to it. And this, it's kind of in the middle. It's definitely not like the sandblasted where it's a little rough, but it is rougher than what I'll show next, the small and Cosi, which is Green Thorn as well. Green Thorn makes excellent clones of these Chris Reeve knives and a couple others. Now, this is kind of a side by side. You can see that they have recreated with quite a bit of accuracy, and it comes razor sharp. The action came a lot better than my Cosi, which I had to disassemble, give it a little spa treatment to really get it feeling right. But this was nice right out of the box, besides there being kind of some grease on the scales and everything. It needed wiped down, but let's see. It is for $34. It's usually $50, but stacked some AliExpress coins. They got me $3 and change off, and the store coupon that got me another like $1, and then most of it was a multi-store coupon that got $13 off. So $34 for this thing versus 425. So it's definitely orders of magnitude. Now you can see integral lock. It locks up really well. The pocket clip, you can see, is at an angle. I guess that's kind of what they changed between the 21 and the 31, was that angle of the pocket clip. The 21s were just straight, whereas this kind of goes in an angle. It looks like, let's compare, I haven't really compared the angles that it goes at. Let's see. That finishes off there. It does look slightly different angle, but it's kind of hard to tell. You can see on the real one, the hardware has a stronger blue. It's and even on the thumb stud, which I am told on at least the Green Thorn is press fit. I don't know how it's done. I would imagine the same on the genuine one, but this, it's got kind of a it's got almost like a wear on it before you even get it, where it kind of occur after using it for a while. Whereas this is that anodized blue, really strong color right from the beginning. And both have strong lockup. They both, honestly, like, it's near indistinguishable in the hand. If you, besides the finish, if you handed these to me blind, I wouldn't necessarily be able to tell you which is which. Now, I know on the inside on the scales that Chris Reeve puts the birth date and a couple other things, whereas this doesn't have that. And as well, I would have thought that they would have the MagnaCut blade steel markings on there, but they do not. I kind of forgot about that. So I had the option of getting mine marked the VG10 steel, whereas this is MagnaCut, so it holds a blade much better, but to get it sharpened, it's very difficult. It's better to just send it back to Chris Reeve than to attempt it yourself. And let's, just for good measure, pop out the Incosi, and did a lot better. My buddy did the lanyard work on that thing and did a much better job. Did a little shorter, but I like it a little shorter compared to this. This is a thicker cord, and I burnt the tips together at the end. They probably should redo this, but you can see that the clone and clone comparison, they're slightly, the Sebenza is slightly larger and a little bit longer blade length and handle length. You can see there I have kind of bit at the end, whereas with this bad boy, I'm much closer than, you almost use the lanyard is kind of a bit of a grip at the back. So that is all three of them. It's kind of interesting seeing the CRK the CR engraving on each. So that's a bit bigger, it appears, and I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe it's more the depth. Depth is similar, just where they placed it and how they did it is a little different than this one. Definitely the Nkosi, definitely a little deeper and more pronounced than Idaho Made. Again, deeper on the Nkosi, and I would say fairly similar between the clone of the Sebenzas. And as you can see, the blue hardware is kind of has that wear on this guy as well, and that's kind of out of the box as well, and I can't open it. Left, maybe I can, but it's not something I'm doing with any regularity. But even that side has wear, so it's definitely kind of a design feature. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of do a little comparison, since there isn't that much side-by-side footage of the clone of the Chris Reeve small Sebenza and the Green Thorn small Sebenza. Now, is this knife worth $34 or $425? I would say probably somewhere in the middle. I think $425 is quite a bit to spend on a knife, and you really have to love it to want to spend something like that, and want to buy American made, versus this is still made in China. It's that's kind of part of the deal. And so I don't know, I would have a hard time justifying spending that much on the authentic one, but that is kind of up to each individual to make a decision like that. Now, comparing the Green Thorn Nkosi versus either Sebenza, I don't know. I just got the Sebenza, so it's hard to say, but I am getting the feeling that I am really going to enjoy this Sebenza. It just has a nice action, a nice size, nice shape to it. I think the drop point is a solid choice. I know that some people like the Insingo blade. It kind of has better, a little bit thicker jimping here, so you're a little thicker at the tip, and it kind of curves down. That's really all up to personal preference. I'd say everything besides maybe the Tonto, which I think is a little silly. I don't like having, I think it can look cool, but to have that where it's cut off there and then a straight, like having two edges, I don't see many uses for that, but maybe other people do. Yeah, you can see the titanium. This I've had for a couple months, and let's see, get good lighting on there. Yeah, you can see that it marks up a bit, and it also, be wary that it will scratch phone screens and things like that. The titanium is that tough that it can scratch up your phone, so it requires carrying it slightly different. I carry it in kind of in between my belt, and I can just show. I carry it right here, and so it's a little over, but that's, so I just am able to grab it out of there. Normally, most other knives carry it right here, but with the scratching up of the phone, it's not worth it, and it's alright to kind of just carry it somewhere else. It's a little more stealth too. It's I don't know, some people where I live, not many people really care that you're carrying a knife, but it might be more weirded out that you aren't carrying a knife. But it definitely is nice to have it kind of tucked away. So yeah, that's I think really just gonna wrap it up. I just wanted to do a side by side. If there's any specifics people want me to go further into, I definitely can do that. And it's just kind of, I don't know. I personally would say even at $50, the clones are great value for money. They make them in M390 steel as well. That is quite a bit pricier at $150, $180. And when you're getting up there, then you could buy a lot of real knives for that. But it's still, that is, M390 is really nice. A lot of the higher end Benchmades, that's what they'll use. But that's kind of it. I'm gonna pack everything up and kind of get it done with. But if people do have kind of curiosities about any of this, feel free to ask in the comments, and I can make another video. One last thing, blade centering. Let's see. So, clone, genuine, clone. So, let's see, the centering on the genuine one, fantastic, no surprise there. Blade centering on this bad boy, I think it's pretty good. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, they could probably use a little tweaking, but that's pretty well centered. And I know this bad boy is. Yeah. So, overall, value for money, it's kind of, it just depends on your budget. If you can afford a $425 knife, go for it if that's your thing. But if you're looking for kind of a cheaper option, but like that integral lock, titanium scales style, and it wants something that is a bit more affordable, I'd say don't go to those random AliExpress stores selling them for 20 something bucks. Spend the extra 10, 15, 20 bucks and get the Green Thorn. I know that Kevin John is another one that makes high quality Chris Reeve clones, but I would say for the most accessible and best quality on the market right now, go with the Green Thorn. It is a fantastic knife for the money, and obviously only had it one day, carried it, used it a bit, works great, but that I'll need to do a follow-up and really say after carrying it for a couple weeks how I actually like it. So thanks for watching, and continue to subscribe for more knife, watch, dog, whatever the heck is going on content that I make. So thank you.